Thank you for joining us this evening. Legislature is also looking to address the state's child care challenges. A bill is advancing through the House right now that would allow 16 and 17-year-olds to watch children without those teens themselves being supervised. Local 5's John Diaz looks at why this is such a contentious issue among child care providers.
Without additional supervision, those three words could change the look of child care in Iowa.
It would be a safe environment for kids.
Lawmakers considering legislation that would allow 16 and 17-year-olds to watch school-aged children without that additional supervision, and it's a contentious proposal.
It scares me that terrible things will happen to young children.
Before we dive in, some points of agreement. Accessing childcare for many parents can be difficult, whether it's finding affordable childcare or just finding an open spot nearby.
Everyone wants to have quality, affordable childcare.
But how to get there is where opinions diverge.
I think we can do better. I think we can think of better options.
Proponents will say this proposed legislation is another tool in the toolbox without sacrificing safety.
We feel confident that we can train and assess whether staff are qualified or not. An arbitrary age doesn't necessarily determine whether a person is qualified.
Opponents, however, say 16 and 17-year-olds aren't ready for that kind of responsibility.
You need to have total room awareness. You need to be able to have a head count at all times. And, you know, most adults struggle with that. So I don't see how easy that would be for a teenager.
The other concern, the quality of care.
But we need to build on the health and safety. We need them to, to thrive.
But some say they have the training in place to make sure that happens.
We have a lot of support, a lot of training to provide for childcare, and a lot of resources to bring to the table to train staff for childcare.
John joining us now. John, there is another part of this bill that impacts the ratio of caregivers to children.
Yeah, Samantha, that was tacked on as an amendment, and it would change those ratios, meaning each worker could watch 7 2-year-olds instead of 6 and watch 10 3-year-olds instead of 8. That, of course, another hotly debated topic. Samantha.